Thank you. Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? This is My Africa Show and I am your host and producer, Tsagabelai. How are you guys doing? Today, I am about to attend the 23rd edition of Connected Banking Summit, which involves Innovation and Excellence Award. In this event, different people from the banking, insurance, and at the same time financial institutions are here to talk about digital Ethiopia, digital Africa. As you guys have seen, I've already got my badge. I'm not going to spoil the event for you guys. Follow me in and see what is it for you guys to see and learn and enjoy from this episode. Follow me in.
I had very limited resources of getting dollars in a span of 2 hours, 3 hours. Lucky for me, a couple of delegates in this room helped me out. I reached out to them, went to Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, went to Adash Bank, went to Amara Bank, and was able to get funds together. But then it was a lot of runaround, and that runaround kind of made me sit down and prepare for this speech. It was very, first of all, I'd like to thank those delegates that helped me, gather those funds. That being said, it was an experience in itself because that was a lot of runaround, and that is not a case in a lot of other regions that we generally attend or host these conferences in. The theme of the summit speaks volumes, right? Innovating financial services for a digitally inclusive Ethiopia. Now, at the International Center for Strategic Alliances, our mission is connect, integrate, and transform. Here, we connect leaders, innovators, decision makers on platforms where real change is possible, right? We integrate diverse ideas, strategies, and technologies into cohesive, actionable insights, actionable solutions, rather than conversations alone. For over a decade, at the International Center for Strategic Alliances, we've been hosting conferences around the world from the likes of Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, South Africa, Saudi Arabia. With that, we also host trainings and certifications. Now, I must tell you, we're proud to have Ilarix Concepts as one of our official training and certification partners. Use this opportunity, use this platform, use today to network with the folks from the industry, come up with actionable insights, lead the conversations to making something real out of it. Look at countries like Ghana, where 100% financial inclusion was a far-fetched reality, but they have achieved that.
Lovely having you here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling?
Me excited, a little excited, but yeah, more tired right now.
Of course, you're the organizer of this event, so tell us about yourself, your title, and your name.
Well, my name is Mohammed Tawfiqullah Khan. I'm actually the VP for Strategic Partnerships at the International Center for Strategic Alliances. Now, a little about what we do here. The International Center for Strategic Alliances is responsible for, like our mission statement says, connect, integrate, and transform. So we connect C-suite executives, organizations around the world, to integrate and transform. Basically, if you've noticed today, the room is about 270 people, and the number is increasing as we go, by the day. And pretty much everybody in that room is a C-suite executive, either a CEO, CIO, CDO, CTO from the banking sector. So we create platforms that create experiences and help organizations like Spursky, EatSwitch, Backbase, and a lot of technology organizations to boost their business development in the region. Yeah.
What we see usually is that there is no cooperation among such sectors, which we need more corporations, as there is competition.
Right.
So what is it that the conference aims when it comes to creating that kind of atmosphere?
Well, like the theme of the conference goes, we're talking about digitizing the BFSI sector in this given situation where, I don't know if you were a part of the panel discussion that I was moderating. The panel discussion primarily revolved around the fact that collaboration is key. So it is no longer about choosing yourself over another organization, but to collaborating with the leaders, so you continue to remain a leader. So I think to put it simply, yes, there is competition, and that has been conventionally and will continue to be so. However, what is important is the fact that organizations have now come to an understanding that collaboration is key. So you partner with the organizations that you think are leading the way for you.
Yes. Yeah. Now let's talk about AI and digitalization, which is very important as we're living in the 21st century.
Perfect.
So tell us, what are the major challenges that are coming across when it comes to enhancing and using AI in the banking sector?
Well, I personally am not from the technology background, but a very, very huge technology user. So I think I consider myself as one of the early users of artificial intelligence as a technology itself, right? And of course, today, there is a lot of talk about how AI is going to replace human jobs and all that. From where I stand, what I see is artificial intelligence is only making my life much more easier than it was before, right? So of course, it is no longer an option for you to choose whether to use the technology or not. It is inevitable that it is at the forefront of digital transformation, and it is important for us to upskill ourselves by the day, to go ahead and upgrade our thinking and usage of technology on a daily basis, right?
It's your responsibility to balance it out.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So now this is the 23rd edition. Tell us, what are the next steps, the next projects that you guys have on hand? Because this is not only it.
Oh no, so the pipeline is quite huge. Up next we have an event in South Africa, the Connected Banking Summit. Then we have the Connected Africa Summit, which is a telecom event. Post which we have the Connected Banking Summit in Saudi Arabia and in Ghana as well. So that continues to happen as different regions that we go on to, like Kenya, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, and all that. So
okay, so this is not it. There's a lot of works that are coming ahead. Thank you so much, and
thank you
this
for
event
having
is so
me.
lovely. It's so nice, so good to have such people under the same roof.
Thank you.
It was lovely.
Thank you.
So your work has been seen.
Successful. Yes.
Exactly. Thank
Appreciate
you so much.
It. Thank you. Have
so
a lovely
much.
day.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next topic that we're going to dive into is regulatory development and sector liberalization. Understanding the regulatory frameworks is very crucial, of course, for fostering innovation and competing in the financial sector. And leading us through this conversation and presenting on this topic is going to be Wezaro Bruktawit Dawit, CEO of Wagagan Capital Investment Bank. Wezaro Bruktawit Dawit is a pioneering leader in banking and international development with over 30 years of experience across the US, Africa, and the Middle East. She has driven innovations in banking and digital finance, led major financial institutions, and advanced sustainable development through her work with ACDI and VOCA. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please, with a huge round of applause, welcome to the stage Wezaro Bruktawit Dawit, the CEO of Wagagan Capital Investment Bank. The stage is all yours.
Your Excellency, Mr. Mohammed Tawfiq, Vice President for Strategic Partnership of the International Center for Strategic Alliances, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and distinguished participants of the 23rd edition Connected Banking Summit. It's a great honor to stand before you today in the vibrant city of Addis Ababa as we gather to celebrate the Innovation and Excellence Awards of 2025. But beyond celebration, we are here united by a common purpose to shape the future of Ethiopia's financial landscape and to ensure that every Ethiopian citizen, regardless of where they live or their circumstances, can participate in the digital economy, which is rapidly unfolding before us. It is both an honor and a privilege to address this forum on a topic that sits at the very heart of Ethiopia's financial future: the role of regulatory frameworks in shaping investment banking for a digitally inclusive Ethiopia. The Digital Ethiopia 2025 vision is clear. Technology will be our engine for inclusive growth. And in this transformation, digital banking and investment banking can be powerful levers to channel capital into our infrastructures, SMEs, agriculture, and green economy. But here is the actual truth. Banking sector, capital and financial markets don't thrive on vision alone. They thrive on one thing above all else, and that is trust. And that trust is built on strong, adaptive, and transparent regulatory framework. Colleagues, this is not just about building an investment banking sector. It is about building an ecosystem of trust, innovation, and shared prosperity. If we align our regulatory vision with our economic ambition, Ethiopia can lead the region in digital, inclusive, and sustainable finance. Let us commit together to building a financial system where innovation thrives, risks are managed, and every Ethiopian has a stake in our shared success.
Can we give Wizara Bruktayt a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. That was an incredible presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. I just kidnapped her from the conference. Thank you so much for your time, and introduce yourself.
My name is Bruktayt Tabti, and I'm the CEO for Ogaden Capital Investment Bank.
Okay, okay, so we are talking with where the cash is flowing.
I wish, and it will soon.
Okay,
Okay, once we get properly established.
And that's the reason why we need such kind of conferences, right?
Yeah,
So-
we need all kinds of innovative regulations. We have a lot of possibilities for growth, but we need the assistance of the regulatory framework, the regulatory institutions. We have to learn from what others have done in the past. We have to digitalize everything. You know, paper and pencil are not important anymore.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
that is something that we're working forward to. One of the problems is that a lot of people yet do not know much about investment banking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a bit of time for everybody to know what it's all about. And because it's something that will help the Ethiopian citizens to grow, because now it's becoming more difficult to borrow from banks.
True.
So if you want to raise funds, you come to the investment banks, and there are a variety of ways to raise funds. Of course, first you have to register. And the registration process is due by November 13 is the deadline. So all share companies with at least 50 shareholders have to register their shares. But we want Ethiopia to be digitalized. And that's something that's not easy,
True.
because you have to have the knowledge. You have to have
That's
the
capacity,
resources.
financial capacity.
The resources. You have to have the resources. But we can learn from neighboring countries. How did they do it? How long did it take them? How successful are they? These are things that we can learn. And we don't have to cut and paste, but we can take it and customize it in our own way. You know, Ethiopia has, every country is unique, as far as I'm concerned. So whatever is available in other countries, we can use their knowledge and then bring it, customize it to fit our economy, our regulatory framework. And if we do that, Ethiopia will be a great country very, very soon. I have no doubt in my mind.
I can see from the way you're so calm in explaining it, because I feel like sometimes we just take what we see in other countries and we just try to implement it
No,
directly.
I don't believe in that.
It doesn't happen.
No.
So now, the other thing that I want us to talk about is the benefit about such kind of conferences, because people from different banking, insurance, financial institutions are here under the same goal, under the same point to discuss on. So what kind of benefits does such kind of conferences have when it comes to aligning and creating that cooperation?
No, it gives you a chance to meet other bankers, other regulators, other foreign participants. The networking also is very vital. Okay, it's very vital. But the most important aspect of this conference, as far as I'm concerned, is to stress the point that regulators have to have dialogue with the private sector. There has to be dialogue. Because whatever the regulators come up with, it has to be something that's easily adaptable, okay? That's easily understood, and something that's not going to cost an arm and a leg, okay? Because compliance is not a cheap.
Exactly.
It's not cheap. Compliance is not cheap. So, what do I want from this conference? I want to hear people say, yes, we want Ethiopia to be digitalized. We want Ethiopia to compete with neighboring countries. Okay? We want foreign investors to come here. We want foreign banks to come here. That's my personal wishes with an S. Okay? Because they're going to. What's the importance of these international banks coming to Ethiopia? I mean, what do we need them for? Okay, yes, we do need them. They bring in foreign exchange, they bring in skills, they bring in
Experience.
tech knowledge. They bring a lot of things that we can learn from, that we can collaborate with them, which means that our existing banks have to build their capacity to catch up.
Don't you think, but that's a threat? Don't you think it's a threat for the local banks here?
Not if they're getting ready. Why would it be a threat? It's not a threat. They can work together, they can collaborate, but we need to get ready. We need to get ready.
That's the case.
You know?
If not,
We need to get ready because now the government is talking about mergers. National Bank is talking about banks merging. What does that mean to the general public? You know, which banks are going to merge? When are they going to merge? How are they going to merge? This is something that we need to sit and find out. And our job is to help companies that merge. We help them with the entire process. And merging is not something you do overnight. It's a process that takes a long time.
true. Thank you so much.
I thank you.
And I don't want you to miss the whole
No, I'll go back
conference.
to it. I'll go back to it.
I think. Is there anything else you'd love to say though?
No, that's it. I think that's enough. I've said a lot.
All right. Thank you. Okay. The event is still happening here at Skylight Hotel. As you guys know, Africa is a continent that has high number of young population. That means that is the biggest resource that we can use to enhance our economy, our social and cultural factors in this continent. And one of those things that we have to strengthen is the financial sector. And that's why such kind of events that connect us to banking, insurance, and different financial institutions will help us strengthen the country's economy in terms of helping the youth find its own business, support its own innovative ideas, encourage entrepreneurs, and so on. And as you guys know, recently in our country, Ethiopia, the banking sector is about to merge and different foreign banks are about to come in. And a lot of people are saying, oh my goodness, that's a threat. Is it really a threat, or is it an opportunity for us to use? So such kind of events will help us create that dialogue between the private and also different banking sectors. And so this event will definitely have its own impact when it comes to enhancing this huge sector and helping our continent, our country Ethiopia, become more digitalized. Because come on, we're living on the 21st century. The event hasn't ended yet. Our tea break is almost over, so we're going back inside and I mean, there's a lot of things to learn, guys, so stay with us and enjoy. And by the way, guys, we'll be having different conversation with those people attending this event from the bank, insurance, and also the organizers. So it's going to be, you know, exchange of information. That I can say. Stay with us and enjoy.
Moving on, in this day and age, AI, as we all know, has become a huge part of our day-to-day lives and operations. And as financial institutions increasingly rely on AI, understanding the associated risks and defenses has become very essential. So next, we will have Mr. Moses Munguti, lead technical expert for East Africa at Kaspersky, to discuss the AI-driven cyber threat landscape, risks, and defenses in the age of machine learning. Mr. Moses is a seasoned cybersecurity evangelist with over 15 years of experience, specializing in East Africa, bridging a wealth of experience and expertise in networking, collaboration, IT monitoring, and cybersecurity domains. Throughout his career, Mr. Moses has demonstrated a keen ability to assist diverse customer groups across Africa in identifying and addressing cybersecurity gaps, making him a valuable asset in safeguarding digital environments, and that does make him a very valuable asset to us as well in sharing the conversation and in talking about AI-driven cyber threats landscape, which is something we all need to understand in this day and age. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, to enlighten us in this topic, please welcome Mr. Moses Munguti.
Good afternoon, everyone. Moses Munguti is my name. An interesting topic, AI-driven cyber threat landscape. So we'll try to look at the highlights around this. The threats are increasing by the day. They are becoming more and more sophisticated. But the most important thing will be, let's start to look at the numbers. So number one, right now, if you get breached, if your organization gets breached, some of the numbers that you'll be looking at, an average that we have been able to compute based on various statistics is around that. For the small medium business, around 105K, enterprise around 1 million. Okay, we'll look a bit more around those particular details. 68% of business leaders, see there's need to be able to start to address these growing cybersecurity concerns in most of the attacks. Then ransomware still is a big challenge, and I assume should be the same across here, because if you think about ransom continues to evolve. So in the past, it was what? Someone attacks your organization, they encrypt. Then they tell you pay the ransom. You can decide, do you want to pay or not? But that was not enough. They want to get paid. So what do? They need to increase the pressure. So the second level is what? They get access to your organization, they exfiltrate the data, then they encrypt. So if you don't pay, they threaten to leak your data. Again, company reputation, bank reputation will be affected by that. So all of a sudden, you're even getting calls from your customers about attacks that have information that was given to the bank or is likely related to what they provided to the bank. A big concern with regulation, the data protection regulation, local and even regional, we need to be able to do something about it. So as Kaspersky, what are we seeing? Globally, in 2024, we detected 4.9 billion cyber attacks. If we look at Africa, Ethiopia, around 27 million threats are what we detected. And then we have South Africa and Kenya, just for context. Definitely, we have increasing utilization of digital resources. And this means what? We still are seeing a growth in terms of the attacks that are coming our way. Since cybersecurity can become complex, we have a lot of threats. So if you just say cybersecurity, it can be confusing. So how can you be able to get a structured method to be able to deal with these threats? So as Kaspersky, we came up with a structured approach to be able to deal with the threats. Why is that important? Among the many challenges in cybersecurity is you'll have a limited cybersecurity team. And then also we have a lot of alerts. So how do you help your cybersecurity team to be able to focus on the alerts that are most critical? So now, Instead of saying cybersecurity, we know exactly what we are dealing with. You can be able to tell the maturity of your organization, where you are and where you need to be able to invest in. Makes sense for us to have that logical approach. Okay, as I come to the end, as Kaspersky, we continue to develop products and services to be able to deal with all those growing levels of attacks, from the basics, the foundational, the mass commodity threats. We can be able to deal with them, the evasive ones and the targeted ones. We can be able to assist your teams to be able to develop the tools, the technologies and the processes to be able to deal with this. Because in cybersecurity, we all know there's no immunity. So just let's enhance our cyber resilience. And with this, I come to the end of this particular presentation. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Introduce yourself for our audience.
Moses Munguti is my name. The pre-sales group manager at Kaspersky Africa. Thank you for having me.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your time again. So how's the event? Tell us. Tell us your experience, yeah.
Event is impressive. We have a very good turnout, a lot of C-level. So it's usually very difficult to get C-level executives, committing their time to such. So this is very impressive, and it means, there is a demand for this awareness, and we are glad to be able to have this opportunity to share.
True. So a lot of times we sense that sectors like the banking, insurance, and other financial sectors are not independent and serving the people of Africa.
Yes.
So as an African, as a person that's working in that sector in some sense, tell us how we can be fully or partially, I guess, independent in the financial sector and become more supportive of the people.
Okay. So definitely, if we look at, I believe, Ethiopia Digital 2025, the idea is we want more inclusivity. We want to pull in more groups. If it's the women, it's the young, the disabled. We want to pull them to participate in the national economy, and obviously the same applies across Africa. So with that in mind, one of the main enablers will be around digital technologies. So with these digital technologies, we can be able to reach out to more people. We can be able to improve their access to these technologies, to these services, to these financial facilities, so that they can be able to improve their lives and improve their communities. So definitely, one of the main things around that is that as we adopt these digital technologies, we also want to be able to have the right safeguards.
Exactly.
So the good thing about Ethiopia and most African countries is now they have these data protection laws. So around them will be how is data being collected, for example, relating to customers, to employees, how do you collect it, how do you process it, in case there's a breach, when do you need to notify, and then also maybe in terms of the data being processed.
Okay.
To be able to achieve around, items around data sovereignty, I believe for most of the financial sector here in Ethiopia, they want everything to be on soil, so data on soil. So whatever you collect, whatever you're processing, we want it to be done within, within Ethiopia. That's a good thing because it means that there will be fairly much more independence. We get the solutions of interest, we deploy them locally within the different banks, then we can have much more control.
Okay.
So in cases whereby, we have cases around fraud, we need to do further investigation, there's a bit much more control. We are able also to make sure the data, with respect to the countries, is not misused by external entities. But obviously also we are able to also address the gaps. So banks definitely have a lot of partners. So banks are now dealing with financial technologies, fintechs. So these fintechs, definitely, they have their own environments, they will have their own vulnerabilities that can be exploited to access this data. So we also want to get to a situation whereby we are not only protecting the actual banks, but even all these partners, they should be able to get the right level of awareness, put in the right level of safeguards. Then at the end of the day, if you're talking about sovereignty and full control, we know exactly what is happening to the data. We know how it's being transmitted, how it's being stored. We have controls to monitor who is accessing, who is modifying it. And that's basically what we need to be able to have very predictable ecosystem.
Exactly, exactly. And I feel like it's really rare to find people that are really influential and key players in this sector under the same roof. So what do you think that such kind of conferences will have impact on this area? And because we should have this often, right?
Correct. So when it comes to the target customers, obviously the decision makers will be the C-level, these executives that are here. So, you know, the chief technical, chief information security officers and the likes. So being able to have conferences like this and be able to attract their attention and having insightful conversation is actually a good thing, because number one, in cybersecurity and generally around digital transformation, there's this idea of the digital divide and then following up the cyber divide. So not all organizations can have the same level of protection, because they have resources. The resources will be limited for some. So being able to have these conferences, be able to see what is happening globally, regionally, and even locally within Ethiopia, being able to understand some of the successful attacks that are out there, what was compromised, what gaps exist, this will definitely be able to assist the different players in the financial sector, in the overall economy, to be able to enhance their services, their safeguards, and improve on the value that is being provided to everyone.
Exactly, that and many benefits that we can have from this conference.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Moses, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you would love to add?
Yeah, so as Kaspersky, we are proud to be sponsors of this event. This is the second year we are participating. From the first year, from the second year, we are seeing something consistent. We are getting very high value C-level executives coming in. They are eager to be able to learn, to get insights, and this is an invaluable opportunity, because if you want to be able to convince these institutions to be able to allocate budget, to be able to enhance their digital transformation and adoption of AI, adoption of different cybersecurity solutions, these are the people that can be able to influence. If these C-level executives become the champions, then be it Kaspersky or anyone else, cybersecurity will always be a consideration across that digital transformation.
Lovely. If I'm not mistaken, you're from Kenya?
Yes, I am.
How am I supposed to say thank you in Swahili? Asante sana. Oh my goodness, I already knew it, but I was so confused.
And definitely Kenyans, I will not let you down. As Kaspersky, Ethiopia, we say meznagna.
Bravo. High five. Asante sana. Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How are you feeling?
Good.
So you have got your own space here?
Yeah.
What is it? Tell us about the company.
Yeah, the company is Kaspersky. We are a cybersecurity company headquartered in Moscow, Russia, and operating in more than 200 countries with over 500 million plus customers.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, cybersecurity we do from the basic consumer products, and then they come to B2B, where we got from endpoint, networking solutions, all of them powered by our large threat intelligence database.
I see.
In fact, I would say we've got the largest threat intelligence database in the whole world, because we've got a connection of almost, we collect a lot of data from our customers across the world. Doesn't matter the geopolitical influence, our main aim is to protect the customer.
Exactly.
So that's why you'll find that we've got a large pool of threat intelligence. And then the next thing also is that we've got a very senior team that does what we call research on threats, whether they are state-sponsored or not. We do that. The team is called Great Global Research and Analysis Team.
Okay.
Short, we just call it GREAT.
Okay, I see.
And it's being headed by the founder and the CEO Mr. Eugene Kaspersky. So the company is named as is the surname of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really interesting. So it's not only about cybersecurity, but also they have your own research team.
We do product. We are basically doing everything, including we even now have a SIM solution.
Really?
Yes.
That's
So,
interesting.
Quite a big portfolio. Yeah, and I believe once you scan our catalog, you'll be able to see all of the products.
Okay, so this is for me to scan. Okay. Guys, we're talking about digital Ethiopia, so we gotta be digitalized, right? Okay. There you go.
So now, today's event, International Center for Strategic Alliances is one of our, we are the lead sponsor for this event. That's why you'll see everywhere it's Kaspersky.
Yes, that's so true.
So we've been doing this with them across East Africa for quite some time. This is the third year.
Really?
Yeah.
So like you're only working East Africa, or do you work in other part of Africa?
Okay, the way that we are structured is that we've got the Russia region, the biggest where their headquarters is. We've got LATAM, we've got APAC. Us in Africa, we fall under Middle East, Turkey, Africa.
Okay.
So under Africa, we've got 3 regional offices. We are headquartered in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Okay.
I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. Then we've got other colleagues sitting in Nigeria.
For some reason, I thought you live here in Ethiopia.
No, I've been here like more than 20 times.
Really?
From 20
But no
years.
plans to move here?
If I get something nice, a good reason. Yeah.
So, okay, am I supposed to fill the form here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my name and then my email.
And then the organization.
Okay.
So that information will come to me.
So am I supposed to fill my number as in like +215? Okay.
Plus 255.
Okay.
Yeah. Assuming you're from Ethiopia.
Of course, what do you mean? Most people say that I look like from Rwanda, some say from Kenya.
No.
No?
For
Okay,
me,
then.
it's Ethiopia.
All right. All right, that's okay. We're all the
Maybe
same.
Because I've been to all of those countries, including most of the South African and West African countries. So definitely I can tell you this person is from Mozambique.
Oh, come on. No, you would actually guess I was from Ethiopia if I didn't tell you?
I don't know.
All right, so that's lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
have a great time.
Good day.
The 23rd edition of Connected Bank Summit that was held at Skylight Hotel looked like the one that you have watched. As you guys have seen, the 21st century is all about incorporating AI and digitalization on our daily activities, and especially on the banking system. And as our continent Africa has the largest young population, it's really important to support the young population with financial assistance, just like banks, insurances and other financial institutions can do. And also we need to be able to create that space where we can collaborate together and create a bridge where we can all work for the same purpose, which is the people, as there is a natural and healthy competition among this sector. So I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of My Africa Show, our spotlight segment. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being with us. I have nothing else to say because every single thing that I could say was covered during the event, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you so much for watching. We will proceed to the next segment now, and stay with us.